Okay, good evening, everyone. So today's my topic is mental health. Today I'm going to tell you something about what is mental health. So the contents I would cover today would be what is mental health, importance of mental health, types of mental illness, depression, anxiety, mental health and stress, good mental health techniques, and one of the activities we are going to do today is Who Am I? So let's start with what is mental health. So, mental health means our emotional, psychological, and social well being. In other words, it is a state of well being enabling individuals to realize their abilities, work productively, and cope with day to day stresses and make healthy choices. So it affects how we think, feel, and behave each day. Mental health is important at every stages of our life, since our childhood, adolescence through adulthood. So mental health भन्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ हामीले हाम्रो साइकोलोजिकल इमोसनल र सोशल वेलबिङलाई बुझ्छौँ भने यो हाम्रो ह्युमन डेभलपमेन्ट फेजमा सिन्स चाइल्डहुड टु elderhood, every stages it is very very important and we should take care of it. Now it determines how an individual handles stress, interpersonal relationship, and decision making. So mental health changes over time depending on number of factors. One of the factors that can affect mental health is stress. So there's no doubt like stress is one of the factor that can affect mental health. So everyone experiences stress at times, but when the demands of life go beyond our ability to cope with them, our mental health can suffer and cause mental illness. That's why to prevent ourselves from mental illness, we should take care of our mental health. त्यही भएर चाहिँ मेन्टल हेल्थ भन्ने बित्तिकै as like basic needs हुन्छ नि like food, water, shelter is important for our life. So mental health पनि equally नै हाम्रो लाइफमा important हुन्छ. So moving forward, next is like why mental health is important. Mental health is a vital part of our life as it impacts our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, and it can help us to cope with the stress of life and help us think more clearly. Next is like it is very important as well to be physically fit, and it would definitely prevent us from different health problems like heart disease and strokes बाट पनि बचाउनलाई help गर्छ. Then after, mental health is important to have a good relationship and promote better relationship with the people in our lives. So make meaningful contribution to our family, community, and society is equally important for us, and if our mental health is good, then we'll be able to contribute not only to our family, community, as well as it would help us to contribute to our society as well. So next importance of mental health is that like if our mental health is in good condition, then definitely we would be able to work productively and reach our full potential. So likewise, it also helps to prevent the development of mental illness. That's why mental health is very important factor to be considered. So moving forward, there are different types of mental illness. Among them, depression, anxiety, stress, conversion disorder, bipolar disorder, psychosis, and psychosexual disorder are some of the types of mental illness. Now, among all these mental illness, we'll go through three of them. Okay, so number one is depression, then anxiety and stress. We'll go through three of them, right? So going through depression. So what is depression? Now, depression is a mental and emotional disorder affecting people. It affects our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Likewise, feeling of sadness and occasional blue moods are the symptoms of depression, which we can see. Like changes, eating pattern, sleeping and thinking pattern is also one of the are few of the symptoms that we can see in depression. Likewise, depression reduces quality of life, increasing risk of self-damage as suicide. So we can see in our society like number of suicidal rates are been increasing these days, and it might be a consequence of depression as well. So depression a kind of like clinical depression can be triggered by other chronic illness common in later life, such as Alzheimer's disease, where we tend to forget like the things we did just before, like regular things what we do. Also, we tend to forget in such kind of diseases, which occurs as we get elder. So besides that, heart disease, cancer, arthritis are few of the diseases that might cause due to depression. So depression is one of a type of mental illness. So next is anxiety. So anxiety is a very unpleasant effect characterized by physiological, psychological, and behavior changes in response to the intra-psychic conflicts. So feeling of uneasiness, uncertainty, and helplessness resulting threat to an individual's self-concept, esteem, and identity. It is a chronic condition with physical symptoms as sweating, palpitation, feeling of stress, and fear. So during anxiety, like we can see few common signs, just as like irritational thoughts or like I'm going crazy or I'm going to die, or एकदमै रेस्टलेसनेस हुने, इरिटेबिलिटी हुने, मेमोरी डेफिसिट्सहरू हुने, एकदम अब्सेसिभ थट्सहरू आउने, यो चाहिँ सम अफ द सिम्टम्स अफ एङ्जाइटी जुन हामी देख्न सक्छौँ. एन्ड देन बिसाइड्स लाइक इरेसनल एन्ड एक्सेसिभ वरी, अनि चेकिङ एन्ड रिचेकिङ फर सेफ्टी, अभोइडिङ सोसियल सिचुएसन्स एन्ड रेसिङ हार्ट, अनि अघि भने जस्तै पाल्पिटेसन्सहरू, नजिया, स्वेटिङ, ब्रिदिङहरू, shallow breathing हुने. So these are few of the common signs of anxiety. Anxiety भयो भने चाहिँ यो साइन्सहरू छ भने चाहिँ we get to know that anxiety हो कि भन्ने symptoms चाहिँ यसले देखाउँछ. Okay, so the next is that like how we relate mental health and stress. So stress भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि it's a state of worry or a kind of mental tension caused by difficult situation. So how do we identify stress from? So like emotional signs, just like being angry, irritated, moody, or frustrated, and concentrate गर्नलाई difficulty हुने, worrying, anxiety, and trouble remembering. Like यसले चाहिँ यो मात्र नभएर हाम्रो physically पनि blood pressures high गर्ने, changes in weight, frequent colds or infections, and changes in menstrual cycle pani, like these are few of the symptoms of stress. So like coping with stress, अब लाइफमा त स्ट्रेस हुन्छ नै नि हैन, डे टु डे हाम्रो लाइफमा like we have to cope with different activities. We live in a society where we have to interact with different human beings, right? So इन्टरेक्सनको क्रममा चाहिँ अब कतिपय मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ कोप गर्न सक्छ सिचुएसन्सलाई पनि, कतिपय मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ, त्यो डिफिकल्ट सिचुएसन्सहरू कोप गर्न गाह्रो फिल हुन सक्छ त्यो टाइममा. सो इट माइट रिजल्ट लाइक विथ अ स्ट्रेस हैन. अब however, like when the stress become chronic, the body loses ability to return to normal and attention, memory, and the way we deal with our emotions, like that can be negatively affected. So prolonged stress can lead to problems such as depression, anxiety, burnouts, or bhayalyo. But then, however, the stress bhaye tapani, the fortunate thing is that there are techniques we can employ to help manage our stress and foster good mental health. So the main thing is that we need to identify that like we are having problem, and then there is obviously different ways and techniques to deal with it. So likewise, stress lai pani deal गर्ने techniques-हरु छन्, where like few of the techniques what we can say is that meditation is also one of the technique, exercises and sleeping well also matters for like stress relief हुन चाहिँ. हामीले राम्रोसँग सुतेको छ कि छैन, like 6 hours to 8 hours sleep जुन हाम्रो डेली निड भनेर भनिराख्नु भएको छ डक्टरहरूले. सो स्लिपको कारणले पनि स्ट्रेस हुन सक्छ. सो स्लिपलाई पनि म्यानेज गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. एन्ड इभन इटिङ वेल, लाइक हामीले जे खायो त्यो हाम्रो व्यवहारमा सोचमा देखिन्छ भनेर रिसर्च पनि आइसकेको छ हैन. सो लाइकवाइज इटिङ अल्सो म्याटर्स, इटिङ हेल्दी फुड also matters. So there are a few mental health techniques जुन चाहिँ हामी अप्लाई गर्न सक्छौं. यसले चाहिँ हामीलाई स्ट्रेस चाहिँ रिड्युस गर्नलाई चाहिँ हेल्प गर्छ. एन्ड सो लाइक अब कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ एकदम म्याक्सिमम स्ट्रेस हुने बेला चाहिँ अब अन दिस स्पट नै अब तपाईले कन्ट्रोल गर्नु पर्यो भने सर्टेन मेकानिजम्सहरु छ के, जस्तै हामी पज भन्छौं. इफ केही कुराहरु हामीलाई ट्रिगर भइराछ भने चाहिँ लाइक इन्स्टेड अफ एक्टिङ अन फिलिङ्स राइट अवे, सो स्टप योरसेल्फ and think things through. Count, or we can do backward counting from 100 to 0. So हामीले 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94 यसरी चाहिँ हाम्रो ब्रेनलाई ट्रिक गर्नको लागि चाहिँ हामी यो पज मेथड पनि अप्लाई गर्न सक्छौँ हैन. लाइकवाइज अब त्यो सिचुएसनमा त्यो किन भइरहेछ त भन्ने कुरा एक्नोलेज गर्ने अनि सोच विचार गरेर मात्र आफ्नो डिसिजन्सहरू मेकिङ गर्नको लागि चाहिँ certain like tools and techniques हुन्छन्, नहुने होइन हैन. So one of them is pause. So pause पनि हजुरहरूले ट्राई गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. लाइकवाइज अब डिफ्रेन्ट अदर लाइक हामी इन डिटेलमा पनि जान सक्छौँ, बट अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ सो यसमा एन्ड गरेर आई वुड लाइक टु स्टार्ट विथ एन एक्टिभिटी, हु एम आई. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ द एक्टिभिटी हु एम आई. So after who am I activity we can end our presentation. Okay, thank you so much.